Erika, you doing a lot. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 15, episode 18. And the name of the episode is called Closing Chapters. Okay. Now, I did not watch the episode Thursday. Yesterday, I had to take me a mental health day, and I watched the episode this morning, and I ended up going to the gym. And now I'm back. I know y'all sleep, so I said, let me just go ahead and do a pre-record so when y'all wake up, I can come on. Okay. The season was whack. The season was whack. I love Beverly Hills. The Real House of Beverly Hills is my favorite franchise. Then I would have to say Atlanta. But the Real House of Beverly Hills, they're supposed to give you money. And it's not because Garcelle's up there. I just don't think that Kyle is a good anchor for the show. Again, I feel like Kyle is a great value version for those that don't know Walmart. It's like a store brand. She's a great value version of Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump was able to play the girls in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? Or play the girls, and you wouldn't be able to see it coming. But she's just not that girl. She's sloppy. And I agree with what Cynthia Bailey said with Crystal on their podcast, that if the biggest thing that happened through the season is complaining about Dorit being late, everybody should be fired. If this was Atlanta, everybody would be fired. And that tells you about race in America. It tells you how bad that Kyle is on this show, okay? And they said that she had a farewell on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. They said that they gave Kyle a farewell. Well, that's what I read, that they gave her a farewell. So I don't know if she's coming back next season. I kind of feel, I would hate to see Kyle go. I do like Kyle. I just don't think that she's a good puppet master. Shout out to Nene Leakes. I don't think that she's a good puppet master, but I would hate to see her go. But I feel like that she's going to do the same thing that Candy did. I feel like once she, and that's how I feel. And even with how they closed her package on this episode, I feel like that she's going to leave the show and she's going to go and get a divorce from Mauricio because she doesn't want that shown on camera. Okay? But back to episode 18, Closing Chapters. That is the name of the episode. Okay? So the episode started off with Erika Jayne over at Sutton's house. At least that's what I got in my notes. I don't remember how. Listen, I took notes and I just told y'all what I is, but I'm not gonna. I tried to break it down. Don't quote me if it's scene by scene, but I just know I got the gist of it. Okay. But Erika Jayne, she's at Sutton house instead of Dorit's event, and again, I'm torn because Erika and Dorit are both my girls. I'm fucked up, truthfully, but I have to say I feel like Erika is wrong. But I'm not going to say that Dorit is, that she holds no fault in it, right? I can't say that. Dorit is wrong to say that Bose has supported her more than everyone in the group put together. That is a lot to say, and especially only after 2 years. And where is the support? Because I'm not seeing a support. We're going to talk about it in a minute. I'm not seeing a support, okay? But I get that Dorit is upset at Erika for interjecting, but you have to understand the art of war, right? If you don't want to get jumped when you're swinging, you need to make sure that you're swinging at your target and nobody else, right? That's the only way that you can make sure that you don't get jumped. Somebody probably just jump in, but you got to definitely make sure that you don't hit another person. And I feel like Dorit swung at Erika and Kyle, right? And you swung at Erika and you expect her not to hit back. It's unrealistic. You can't hit somebody and expect them to be like, well, you was just mad and I get that no, baby, don't put your motherfucking hands on me, right? The truth of the matter is, I feel like Erika has been there for Dorit. And I feel like that she has been very sympathetic to what Dorit has been going through. And I feel like that she has been giving her the real last season and this episode. However, what Erika is doing to me gives me that she always wanted to be on Kyle's side. It do. I feel from the way that she's behaving, it gives me that she always has wanted to be on Kyle's side.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
Okay. She did not call or text Dorit about not coming to the event. And Erika is making this seem like it's all because Dorit had called her a cunt and the way that Dorit has been treating her. And I call bullshit. And my thing is, even if she felt that way, why are you over here with a bitch that I don't like? Why are you over here with a bitch that don't like me? And most importantly, why are you over here with a bitch that you don't like? Right? I think that's fucked up. And you over here drinking with the enemy, your enemy. Sutton is your enemy. Erika Jayne, you can't convince me that you like Sutton. You can't. You around here with the bitch that was running around with the most questions when you was going through your hardest time on this show. And you're trying to team up with her against me? To me, that's wrong. That's wrong. And Sutton is just so happy. You can tell that she's so happy that Garcelle is gone so she could be up on the Kyle's ass and be a part of Kyle's team. Now, Sutton is over here talking to Erika Jayne, and she keeps trying to bring up that she dropped her son off at college. And I'm not trying to take anything away from what Sutton is going through, but that's your third child that you dropped off at college. That is your third child that you dropped off at college. But Sutton is saying it like she expressed this to Dorit, and Dorit just blew her off. Baby, that didn't happen. You did not express to Dorit at all that you dropped your son off at college. And I feel like that she's trying to play the oppression Olympics. Is this what it's called? Is this what the people call it? Or, trying to say that I'm going through something too, or what I'm going through is more harder than yours because your kids complaining about going to public school, girl, but my kids are going, that's your third child though, son. And it ain't no child. You dropped your adult child, 18 years old, you dropped your adult child off at college. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix them is young and they still at home. To me, I really don't, if I'm being honest with you, girl, to me, I just don't, to me, I just feel like this is white fragility. I'm sorry. I just gotta be honest. Ain't no way Sutton is feeling, Dorit is feeling bad because Phoenixes are now in public school. Girl, get over it. Get over it. The money is gone, baby. You gotta go to public school, okay? But I feel like that Sutton just wants something to be at I just feel like Sutton wants something to be mad at Dorit about, and she wants to fit in with the girls.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
Sutton has no reason to be mad at Dorit. She has no reason to be mad at Dorit. I just feel like that she wants to be mad and she wants to be over there with Kyle them. Okay? So back at Dorit's cover release, everyone is there to support her besides Sutton, Kyle, and Erika. And Natalie is not there either because she's sick. Okay? Now, it's so funny because I saw an interview on TMZ a while back of this night, and it started off with Kyle and Dorit, and then Kyle got into her car, and then Dorit stayed and talked to the people from TMZ. So I remember this night, it was the same outfit and everything, okay? Dorit is talking to Bose about the women not showing up, and Bose feels like it's hard for her to defend Kyle, saying that she was genuine about Dorit's state of mind and her finances, because if she was genuine, she would be there. I think that that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Bose know damn well that Kyle wasn't being genuine about anything that she said about Dorit. And Bose is only saying that because she doesn't want to have to get into it with Kyle. Or she doesn't want to have Dorit's back against Kyle. And it's giving me punk puss. And this is the person, Dorit, this is what I'm saying. This is some of your doing. You sitting up here saying that she has supported you more than anybody in the group. Girl, where is the support? Is the support in the room with us, baby? We trying to see the support. Where is it? Because the truth of the matter is, Bose had no reason to go after Amanda. Amanda is new, right? But because Dorit got into it with Amanda, Bose started coming after her. But Dorit didn't need any help with Amanda. Amanda is one person, and this is her first season. But Kyle has literally assembled a team to take Dorit down. And now Bose wants to stay out of it and not call the girls out when they're wrong. And the crazy part about it is Kyle even threw Bose under the bus with defending herself, and Bose had nothing to say. She has nothing to say, okay? Tilly ended up dropping this glass purse, and the purse was a bear, and it fell, and she said that the purse was $40,000. I don't think that I will wear anything that was $40,000 that was made out of glass. Now, I did not get who made the bear, but hopefully she can get the bear fixed. Dorit ended up giving a speech. Before she ended up giving her speech, she was talking to the event planner, and I think that she kept using the word cunt. I started watching it on YouTube TV, and then they was bleeping the word out, but I was like, oh, let me go over here on Peacock. Maybe I can figure out what she's saying, because I thought that the next day, everything on Peacock is supposed to be unfiltered and uncut, but they still bleeped it out. So I'm assuming that she was saying the word cunt in reference to Erika, Kyle, and Sutton, and she's using this word like she never heard it before. If she was using the word cunt. I just see her using the word cunt. I don't see her using bitches, but I think that she was using the word cunt. Anyway, Phoenix and Jagger are there. They ended up coming out. Phoenix is very tall. Phoenix is a very tall girl. She's almost the same height as Jagger. I had to look and see if she had on some kitten heels or if she had on regular shoes, and she had on regular shoes. And she looks just like PK. She looks just like PK. Ain't no Dorit in her at all, baby. You take what you will with that, okay? But after the speech, everyone is sitting around, and Dorit thanks Amanda for coming, and she says that it means a lot to her. And then she shares that Bose has news for the group, and Bose shares that she's engaged. It was a really sweet moment because all of the women truly seemed like they was happy for her. And even though Dorit is going through what she's going through, and even though Rachel's always going through what she's going through, the girls really seemed happy for her. So I feel like next season, we're going to have a battle of the weddings between Amanda and Bose. At least that'll be a good thing for us to see. If it's spending money, I want to see it. But Bose is supposed to be having 2 weddings in Ghana and in the States. And then Amanda, we saw at the end of the episode that she and Eddie already had like a silver ceremony, but she's still gonna be planning the wedding. So Amanda just want to spend money, baby, and I'm here for it. Okay. Back we see Kyle. Alexia is getting married. To be honest, that really has nothing to do with Kyle's storyline, if you ask me. She wasn't planning a wedding or anything. Again, we could see we could see Alexia here and there, what was going on, but I just don't see why it was talked about if we wasn't going to see the wedding. There was a whole episode dedicated to Pandora's wedding. For those of y'all that don't know, Pandora is Lisa Vanderpump's daughter, right? And it just shows you that Kyle is just not it. She's not it. I don't know. Okay. Kathy is having an event for Nikki's jury line. Nikki is her daughter, Nikki Hilton. Y'all should know that. And the name of the jury line is called Theo and Grace, and it's named after Nikki's daughters. Now, I never heard of a girl named Theo before, so I looked it up, and her real name is Theodora. Why do we have to name her daughter Theodora? Because the daddy name is not Theodore, so I don't. From what I looked at, I had to go look it up because they got money. Theodora is not no name for somebody in the family, or from what I looked at, and so I don't understand why we naming it Theodore. It just ain't cute for me. I want to know where they get that from. Anyway, but if I'm being honest, I feel away. I do. How come Kathy, who doesn't hold a diamond, gets to close out the season? I just don't like how Bravo and Andy let her, they don't follow the rules and they just do stuff because of whoever this person is, right? I don't like that they do that, but I guess they said Dorit didn't have the funds to close out the season. This is Kathy Hilton, baby. But again, I don't like it. Or was Dorit supposed to be the finale? Was Dorit book cover release supposed to be the finale? And without Sutton, Kyle, and Erika showing up, they had to extend filming for an event where all of the cast showed up. All of the cast showed up. I want to believe that. I feel like that Dorit event was supposed to be the finale. I do feel that way. That's why we heard that Bose got engaged, right? I do feel like Dorit event was supposed to be the finale, but without Sutton, Kyle, and Erika showing up, they had to extend filming because Natalie even showed up. Natalie was even there, and Natalie looked alive and well, baby. She looked alive and well. Okay. Kathy had it set up really, really nice. I got to be honest. I don't like it, but it was set up really, really nice. But Kathy could spend some money. You can tell that Kathy don't play those games when she hosts events. And I'm surprised that Nikki and Paris showed their face on Bravo cameras as well, because I remember when Nikki was on Watch What Happens Live saying that she cried when Kathy told her that she was joining the show. So I don't know. I would assume she was like, girl, I'm a rocks. What is it? What do you mean? She is a Rothschild. I'm a Rothschild, and you over here on Bravo. You over here on Bravo slinging dirt. But she probably thought that Kathy and Kyle was going to be getting into it on the camera. But anyway, all of the women showed up. We even had Denise there. And who else was there? Denise was there. She was the only, everybody was there at this event. Okay. Amanda was talking to Kyle and Erika, and she said that despite her and Dorit having drama, she's a girl's girl, and she championed women having their own independence and financial independence. So she put that to the side to be there for Dorit. And salute to Amanda for doing that. Salute to Amanda for doing that, because I feel like that really shows character. But if I'm being honest, I got to be honest. I don't think that Dorit would have did the same thing unless it was the finale. I don't think that if Amanda threw an event that Dorit would have been there. I really don't think that even with the one event that Amanda threw this season, if Dorit was not gone to the Hamptons, I believe that Dorit would not have showed up to Amanda's event. I do feel that way. I'm sorry. I just got to be honest. Okay. But it made Kyle and Erika look bad. It did make them look bad. You know, and Kyle just can't make me believe she's just not a girl's girl. I don't care if you got all daughters or not. You're not a girl's girl. Okay. Dorit and Bose ended up showing up last, and all of the women are sitting around, and Dorit called them, she said they would look like they was in the lion's dens, but it's more like a den full of cowards. And she said that somebody who's scared will be intimidated, but she's not. But she ended up going to the bar and ordering a drink and asked for short. I think she asked for 4 shots, I guess it was. That made you look like you were scared and you needed some liquor courage to read. I just got to tell you what it is. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. So you were something. I don't know if you was, I mean, you still ended up going over there, but it seemed like you needed some liquor courage, okay? Then we get the same old with Dorit and Kyle. Kyle was making it seem like Dorit was just mad at her and trying to throw the other women in there. Kyle literally started a conversation with everyone in the group talking about Dorit so she can run back and say, we all feel this way. Dorit knows the game because she used to be a part of Kyle's team, and now it's just so happened to turn on her, right? So she knows the play. Kyle says that she has been there for Dorit, and she tries to name some instances where she has been there for Dorit. And that's easy shit in regards to the other women on the show, right? You have been there for Dorit when she was going through stuff on the show with other women. But what about the real shit, like when she was going through a divorce or separation from her marriage or from her husband, right? Where was you there for her in that time? Because you seem to just be worried about PK. You seem to just be worried about PK. And my thing is, I'm not saying that Kyle can't have an opinion, but whatever I do against my husband is what I do against my husband. You cannot like it, but bitch, you're not gonna browbeat me and tell me this and tell me that. You can give me your opinion, but you don't got to keep on doing shit. You can give me your opinion one time. You can give me your opinion one time, okay? And then we got Kyle's pit bull, Erika Jayne. Okay, Kyle literally has an attack dog named Erika Jayne. That is what Erika is looking like to me. She's looking like an attack dog for Kyle, and she knows that she's looked like that because on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked her a question about it, and she tried to downplay what was going on with her and Kyle. What was going on with Dorit? What's going on with her and Dorit is not the same thing that's going on with Dorit and Kyle, but you still behave the same way with her. So you don't backpedal now, baby. Don't backpedal now, okay? Erika says that she didn't show up because she wanted to get Dorit's attention. Erika looked weak. She looked weak to me. She looked weak to me. I think Dorit wanted Erika to apologize or feel shame, but she's not going to feel any shame, Dorit. This is Erika Jayne. She's not going to feel any shame. Erika was trying to buck the system a little bit, and Dorit didn't seem like that she was fazed about it. But to me, Erika didn't have to go. She did not have to go to the event if she was upset with Dorit, right? She did not have to go to the event, but she should have sent the text, or she should have gave her a call or heads up. But most importantly, she did not have to team up with Sutton. She did not have to team up with Sutton. To me, you can be upset at me leaving you when we was in Italy. You could be upset at me calling you a cunt. You have a right to have your feelings. But to go and team up with Sutton, to me, was some sucker ass shit. Because I haven't done anything to you to warrant that. You already teaming up with Kyle. But to go and team up with Sutton, to me, I didn't do anything to you to warrant that. Okay? The whole time that Dorit and Erika was going at it, well, the whole time Dorit and Erika was going at it, and Kyle as well, Sutton was the only one jumping in. And Bose and Rachel did not say not one word. Not one word. To me, that's weak. That's weak. If I see one of my friends getting into it with somebody, it's going to be a one-on-one fight. It's going to be a one-on-one argument, and I'm going to be there to make sure of it. Again, I'm Cherie. Wait. Hey, she's talking to her. Let that be, you know what I'm saying? And Rachel tried to say that this was years in the making, girl. You've seen what's been going on. So it's not years in the making. You've seen what's been going on in this season. And most importantly, Kyle has used you and Bose as examples of people having opinions about what Dorit is going through and not just her. So I feel like with Kyle throwing you in there, you can have an opinion. You tag me in. Even if it's giving punk push, y'all don't want to buck the system. Okay. So Dorit ended up walking away and Bowles followed. And now here comes Sutton. So Sutton ended up coming over because Dorit never addressed her. Dorit has paid her dust. Dorit never addressed her and the people not coming to her event, because the truth of the matter is, who gives a fuck about Sutton showing up? Nobody cares. Now, Sutton is upset because she said Dorit hurt her feelings when she said that she was going to be upset with Sutton with pulling her to the side when they was on like the basketball or tennis court when they was at Rachel's house. And the truth of the matter is, Sutton doesn't know why she's mad, right? At first, Sutton was upset because Dorit ignored her when Rachel came along, and she said that she was, what word did she use? She was dismissed, or I forgot what word she used, but she said that, and Dorit apologized about that. Now she's mad because of what she said when she pulled her to the side, right? And Sutton got in the confessional and said, well, I shouldn't be worried about Dorit because it's not like that she's living this fabulous life, taking shots at, her money and her financial situation. And that's cute and all, but Sutton, with all the money in the world, you can't compare to Dorit on your best day. And that's why you're upset. That's why you're upset. Even with all your riches, any man and the women in the group would rather be around Dorit than to be around Sutton. Even your husband, even your ex-husband went and picked your one of your friends rather than being with you. Baby, your ex-husband, girl, you ought to be over there crying, baby. Your ex-husband said that he wants the marriage annulled. He don't even want, your ex-husband don't even want the books to show that he was sick enough to even marry your ugly ass. Get that bitch out of here, girl, please. How dare you? How dare you?
But you could never, honey, never.
But Sutton just wants to have an argument with Dorit because she has nothing else going on. And she wants to have a reason to be over there with Kyle and Erika. And Dorit ate her up, basically, and said, girl, I don't care. I don't care about you not coming. I don't care if you upset. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And Sutton got the running. Okay? And that was pretty much the episode. Again, I like Dorit and I like Erika. I'm not saying Dorit is not at fault, but the way that Erika is acting, you would have thought that she threw a meeting about her lawsuits behind her back like Sutton did, right? I forgot to say, Erika also introduced Kyle, Amanda, and Natalie to her new man. Erika said that this relationship for her is easy. She can rest, and her life is soft now. And she felt like that when she was with Tom, she felt like that she was walking on eggshells. I told y'all the other day when I went live, I put the live on Patreon, but when a man shows up in your life is supposed to change, and it's supposed to be changed for the better. And her saying that her life is now soft, that's how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. When someone shows up in your life, and that's for men, or when somebody else shows up in your life, it's supposed to be easy. If it's not easy, what are they here for? What are they here for? What are they here for if it's not going to make it easier, right? And so with that, I am happy with Erika for that. But we got the reunion next week. I saw the trailer and I saw some clips. I don't really want to talk about it right now because if I feel like if I talk about it, I'm not going to want to talk about it later. But, I'm Team Dorit. I'm Team Dorit. There is no way Erika can convince me that she thinks that Kyle is being genuine. No one can look at this show and draw that conclusion to me. Has Dorit been late? Yes, she has. Do I think it has something to do with her divorce? No. But you cannot tell me that you think that Kyle is being genuine. And even the bitch who was with Erika Jayne on Watch What Happens Live trying to say that she was Team Kyle, I just turned it off, girl. I don't even want to hear the shit. I feel like she just said that because she was sitting next to Erika and she's seen the position that Erika took. I like the girls who gonna give their real opinion. You remember when Danielle Brooks was up there? I remember when Danielle Brooks was on Watch What Happens Live with Phaedra, and the shit with Phaedra and Candy was popping off, and Danielle Brooks was basically, girl, I'm Team Phaedra. I'm Team Candy. I'm Team Candy, right? If I'm gonna Watch What Happens Live with Portia and Andy asks me what I feel about Portia saying that Kelly slept with a married man, I will tell Andy, and Portia right to her motherfucking face, I don't believe anything that Portia says after she lied on Candy. I don't believe anything that Portia says after she lied on Candy. And that's it. That's it. I will tell her right to her face. Okay? But y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all thought about the episode and what y'all thought about the season. Is Erika's reaction to Dorit warranted? And how do y'all feel about Sutton trying to make an issue with Dorit? Girl, for fuck's sake, get out of here, okay? But y'all, thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.